I prepared a dialogue. I have lines for both of you. Mainly it's you guys saying things like, wow, Jamie, that's a really insightful thing to say about Prey.
I forgot that I played Prey this year.
Wow, Jamie, I guess the end of BioShock wasn't garbage.
BioShock or BioShock Infinite? I was going to say the end of BioShock Infinite was the only part of it that wasn't garbage.
Ho!
Hi-yo!
Well, the beginning was good.
Yeah, that's true, actually. The beginning was probably truly the only part that wasn't garbage.
It's a shit sandwich.
I liked all the bad parts.
Hello, I am the podcast arbiter. I will guarantee this podcast goes no longer than 90 minutes.
Sounds good to me.
Even if that means stripping out Griff's drunk audio, or Jeff's correcting everybody audio, or Jamie's
Hey, I do that
funny
in my personal
jokes.
life all the time.
That's what they call me. Jokes.
Jokes the doctor.
Jokes the doctor.
They just say, jokes will see you now. And they say, do you mean doctor jokes? And then the person just looks at them and says, no.
This is my first podcast as an actual doctor, so you actually legally have to call me Dr. Jokes MD.
Do we have to pay you for this, for consulting too?
Yeah.
My father was Dr. Jokes. Call me Carl.
Oh, man.
Hey guys, since the last time we did a podcast, there's now a big electronic trade show happening next week. That's pretty important for video games. So
What?
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, do you mean San Diego Comic-Con? San Diego Comic-Con.
That's neither a real city nor a real con.
It's actually rebranded itself to San Diego Comic-Con. I don't know if you guys knew that. That's what Charles Martinet told me when he was in Des Moines.
Charles Martinet went to Des Moines?
Yeah.
He did. Did you not take the chance to meet him, Griffin?
I was out of town at the time.
Damn it.
But if you guys are following his Instagram, which you should all be, he has pictures in like local Des Moines areas that are super cool.
And does he have his little toys with him?
He didn't have any toys in his videos or pictures. But
Do you know why? They were resting somewhere else right now.
In his amoeba pouch.
That's what they call it, yep.
Yo, for real though, how much money does that man make per Mario game?
Probably $0.
That's what I was
Not a lot of
thinking.
money.
And then I feel like in Nintendo's world, they would either see him as like an irreplaceable asset and pay him an exorbitant amount, or not remunerate him at all, and he's just cool to be along for the ride.
Right,
So
for the love.
I think they view him as an asset and like part of the culture. Like he's in the club, but I also think they pay him very little money, and I think all of his Nintendo ambassador work that he does is 100% unpaid.
Totally. I think he runs the line of under Bill Trennan where it's like, oh, you're a funny white dog that can speak Japanese. Hilarious.
Oh God! You just crossed the line into my fanfic.
What's that?
Reggie Fils-Aimé is going to yell at him in the next Nintendo Direct.
No,
We're
that's not
going to
possible.
fangirl out.
Reggie Fils-Aimé and Charles Martinet are not allowed to occupy the same room. That is the only thing that both of them have written in their contracts.
If they shake hands, then they'll annihilate like a matter-antimatter pair.
They'll emerge as a shirtless Cloud Strife.
Taking it back.
Taking it
To
back.
pre-show. Guys, we
pre-show.
pre-gamed
I'm not
by
familiar
looking at pictures of shirtless Cloud Strife.
Yeah,
That's
that's
how
how
we
I
got
get my gaming
Doge
brain
Strife?
spooled
Did you
up.
say Doge Strife?
Doge Strife. Such Buster Sword. Many slash. Wow.
Oh man. I think the last time we talked, there's one large video game that we've all played and beaten, and we should discuss.
And it was called Boss Barrel Radio.
Watch Dogs. Are we there
Dogs.
already? Are we in Watch Dogs land, Griffin?
We're there, man.
All right. I'm going to pull us out of Watch Dogs Land.
Where are we
But
now?
seriously, we do actually need to do this. Where this is
Oh,
Boss
okay.
Bear Radio.
Oh.
My name is Griffin Hoffman, and you are Jeff Brewer, Mr. I'm going to correct you, Griffin.
Yep, that's what I am. I am Jeff Brewer, and I correct people.
Jamie, say something funny.
I'm Jamie, and one time I pulled Jeff's pants down in front of his dad after his wedding.
My dad was not there.
Could have
But he
been.
did pull my pants down and expose my penis.
Your dad was there. He was securing the golden heirlooms in the retina secured safe.
My father was there in the sense that he was reviewing all the security footage, as he always does in the evening.
Actually, your father and I were drinking the most delicious cognac in the entire world. That was what actually was happening.
Were you swapping
really
stories
good.
about collecting ancient art whilst doing it?
Just dominating ancient societies.
Just for the record, I'd like to say that I have received several pieces of what could be termed ancient art because they were deemed to be inappropriate geographically, and they've reached maximum capacity in the house of ancient art. So I've gotten the ancient art leftover scraps now.
How many of them are fidget spinners?
I mean, they could probably be repurposed as fidget spinners.
How
At
many
least
of
one
them,
of them.
do you plan on turning into cash for gold?
Sadly, I don't think they have that much value, but I find it hilarious that he is now at capacity on ancient art and needs to offload some of his ancient art to other people.
That is pretty awesome.
I'm assuming Guthrie got first pick.
He chose all the stuff with dicks.
So when did we last podcast?
April.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
this one's for June.
That's not too bad. We've done worse.
Yeah, we know worse.
That's probably true. We hit a good stride this year, but then stuff and life and exhaustion and all those things set in. So here we are, the three of us talking about video games.
It's a constant
Indeed,
in my
yeah.
life. It's very comforting to me. I feel comforted. You're
Yeah.
both very comfortable.
It's a lot like going to the gym for me. It's like sometimes I'm like, I just don't want to do it, and then I go and I'm like, God, I feel great. It's so good to just do this.
Yeah, but then sometimes you have an off day and like you drop a weight on your foot, and then or you fart in front of like a really pretty girl or something.
I mean, that's my therapy. Farting
What's a
in front
pretty
of girls. For me, podcasting is like farting in front of a pretty girl because it makes me feel like I have power. Power,
I mean, I just
make
fart
them
in bars,
upset.
and that's the thing at this point. I don't know who's there. I know my wife's there, and she's pretty, but that's all right. That doesn't count.
A very diplomatic answer, Griffin.
Thank you.
Not finding any other
Diplomacy
women attractive.
aside, let's talk about video games.
All right,
Yes.
let's do it.
So the timer is on. Like the Overlord said earlier, we only have 90 minutes to record this. So off to the races.
Let's
All
do
right,
it.
let's roll.
Jamie, you alluded to the fact that we were all playing Persona 5. Any last thoughts on that before we put that thing to bed forever until the end of the year?
Wait, I'm still playing it.
No, you're good.
You remember the ending,
Oh.
Griff? Remember the ending and all the details that happened?
Man. It was so something. It really made the game so much better or so much worse, which influenced my entire thoughts of the entire product.
No.
Jeff, where are you again?
So I'm 100 hours deep. I feel like I should lead with that. And I just finished the 5th palace, and I understand there are 8 palaces.
Can you remind me who the bad guy of the 5th palace is, please?
Spoilers for a several-month-old game.
No.
Burger
I
Man.
think
Just broad
the,
strokes.
Burger Man.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. All right. Nice. Good call, Jeff.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I know not to talk about, or especially not to talk about anything beyond that.
I'm excited
Right.
about Burger Man because something interesting happened to Burger Man.
I'll also
as I
dispel
completed
that spoiler that Jeff said there's not 8 palaces.
Oh, okay. Maybe there's more or less. I don't know.
Yes, you are correct.
So Griff, you answer me this. This is a non-spoilery question. Did you feel like the game overstayed its welcome?
Absolutely.
Holy shit, of course it did.
Yeah.
I haven't finished it and I feel that way.
There are certainly games of this length that we have all enjoyed, and I have felt have not overstayed their welcome. But I was just so burned out on every facet of this game towards the end. The dungeon crawling, the social links. I felt like I had completely exhausted the social links long before. Well, this is my personal experience. I felt like I exhausted the what I thought was interesting about the social links. Like, I don't know, maybe 20 or 30 hours before the final, before the ending of the game.
What was your clock in time, Jamie?
Maybe about 117 or 125, something around there. What about you?
So let's fall asleepy time for me. That'd have been where I was at too, because I clocked in at 1:32. But factoring in, I'm gonna play this game. Oh no, I have to help mow the lawn. I have to mow the lawn. I have to rake. I have to do life things. And then I leave the game system on, and then also I plan on playing, and then I fall asleep at night. Those things all got in the way. So I'd say, just put a good 15 to 20 hours on top of that I.
Yeah, and my time
brings me down to
inflated the
110,
same way.
115.
Yeah. Yeah, and I certainly have the same phenomenon of kind of stepping away while the game is running. And the clock definitely increments even if you're in menus, so.
Also, I definitely did the Jamie thing of. Sorry, not to say the Jamie thing. I did the smart thing, which is once you hit that exhausting threshold, bump it down to easy and just go.
Oh yeah, if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have finished the game. It was really extraordinarily punishing towards the end.
If I was a college student again, and it was like, oh, I just have unlimited time in the world. Yeah, sure, I'll do that. Whatever. But it's I have 2 hours to play once a week. Let's go.
When did it start to become really punishing for you guys?
I feel like there was no difficulty curve. There was just a gradual slope, and then a sheer rock face. That
that has not arrived for me yet, I assume.
I just was getting.
Jeff, you may not feel this, but in Persona 4 and now Persona 5, kind of the difficulty curve works as such where you hit the back third of the game, and then instead of like making fights more challenging and more complex and more strategic, instead it's just everybody does a fuck ton more damage and is immune to and has no weaknesses. So now you're just like you're in a slobber knocker, slugfest. They're not interesting fights. It's just a beat 'em up. So it becomes very tedious and very boring. And essentially your the management that you have to do is how many items have I accumulated to restore SP? How many times do I want to exit these dungeons to restore SP? It's all an SP management game. And once you bump it down to easy, you get hit less. I don't actually know if you do more damage. I don't actually think you do, but you get hit less. So you can essentially like spend the currency of HP to just
do
physical attacks. Yeah, and then go that way. It's a bad design. They didn't eliminate it from this game, but they give you a lot more options to mitigate it with SP regeneration stuff late game.
I was going to say, I used the SP regeneration to go through the whole 5th palace in one day, but it was like it took a long time to regenerate my SP.
Are you playing on difficult?
Not fun.
Are you playing on normal?
I'm playing
or?
on normal. Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't want to put it on hard because I did some reading in advance, and hard is apparently not particularly fun. Did you try hard, Jamie?
I did not try hard. I thought about it in the beginning. The first dungeon I kind of flew through. I beat the final boss in one try, and of the first dungeon, and I was like, maybe I'll try it. I'm really glad that I didn't, and I'm glad that I had the. I usually hate putting things down to easy, but I'm glad that I got so fed up towards the end that I was just like, I can't do this anymore. And reading about people who did beat it on normal throughout, they had to level so high. And when you put it on easy, you level extraordinarily fast. So by the time that I beat the game, I had leveled 30 times.
What was your final level, Jimmy?
It was above... It was certainly above 70. I don't know exactly.
Wow. I finished at 75.
Okay.
Jesus
I might have been
Christ.
around there.
This is going to be a long game.
None of that has to do with you don't get more experience by dropping the difficulty.
Maybe I was just clearing fights faster, so it appeared
I
to
think
me.
that's probably what it was. Yeah.
I guess I want to
can-
see this back third myself because I haven't hit the wall yet. I guess from the sound.
It's
of
not
things.
really a wall, Jeff. It's essentially like a marathon, you know, where it's like you're like, how much longer do I want to put into losing social links for the sake of jumping in and out of combat in order to just restore SP to go back into the same dungeon and do the same hootenanny hoedown forever.
Yeah.
And
So it sounds like it's more of a war of attrition at that point. It's like you just don't want to deal, and the dungeons are long. Like, they're multiple hours, which is kind of rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can be.
Without giving away spoilers, Griff, what positive or negative on the ending?
It's a great question, Jamie. I'm actually really glad you asked that because I was thinking that same thing as I finished the game, and the end of Persona. Again, my comparisons all come from Persona 4 to Persona 5, and the end of 5 did not have kind of like the surprise triumphance of 4. 5 was a lot more strung along, a lot more kind of poorly paced, as you may notice from the themes we're talking about. And even in the last moments were cool, but Persona 4 just did it so much better in that kind of like super amazing special true ending situation.
By the way, quick question for you guys. Or so go ahead, Jamie.
I was just going to say, I don't have the touch. I never played Persona 4, but I completely agree with everything you're saying. What they did was cool, but it was, for me, so drawn out, so explainy, and in such like
yes, that was bad.
a terrifyingly obnoxious and pedantic and long-winded way. And it's a shame because the plot itself is so cool. I'm totally into it. Mm-hmm. And they just kind of beat it to death. And it was just way too drawn out for me. But what were you saying, Jeff?
Oh, just a question, like a logistical question. Do I need to read anything to get to know how to get the true ending, or is it literally just don't be an idiot?
Don't be an idiot. You don't need
Correct.
to read anything.
Okay.
Do not be an idiot.
Okay. Because I haven't bothered to read up on any of that. Is there an ending where you beat everything and then it's like not the true ending, or is it only the true end? Okay.
Wait,
time constraints?
No, you're right. As far as I think people have discerned at this point, there is only one true ending. Perhaps there is something hidden somewhere, but I highly doubt it. I would expect that maybe once they release like Persona 5 Fest or whatever, they may put like a better true ending on top of it. But
Jesus.
No.
Griffin, how did you replay Persona 4 without some of the quality of life improvements that this game has? Because if the dungeons weren't visually interesting and like had cool music and like, I don't know, some modicum of strategy, I would be losing my shit.
I'm going to continue to have this debate with myself for the rest of the year as I continue to tell myself it either is the best game of the year or it isn't the best game of the year. That's the best answer I can give you.
Fair enough. I really do look forward to returning to it. I had to kind of put it on the back burner because I left town for a week, and it's been hard to kind of get myself back in that mode. But I do want to finish it, and I do wish it was so much shorter. I think they really... is it a game that's meant to be played over a really long period of time? I mean, I don't know what the idea is for how this is intended to be consumed, because
I don't think so.
Something 100 and some odd hours is just that's hard. Like that is a big investment.
Yeah.
If you're min-maxing and you're like playing strategically, you're doing it wrong. I can tell you that.
Well, I'm min-maxing because
what you should be doing is essentially just like playing to your comfort level, because that's how you should play your first Persona game. If that means min-maxing, then sure, go ahead. But really, you shouldn't be fussing over like redoing a section or over leveling or grinding or anything. Like, just play the game. That's how you should play your first Persona, because there's gonna, no matter what, and I will tell you this from personal experience, you will get to the end of the game and you're gonna be like, damn it, I should have just spent one more day with that person, or I shouldn't have been wasting my time with this, or crap. Like, I allocated my time incorrectly here.
So you think even my min-maxing efforts won't produce a maxed out social link set?
Correct. Unless you're using like a pro strats guide that says do this and pick this option each dialogue bit in order to maintain, the best hits on everything. It's not going to work
to some
for you.
degree, I'm doing that. So honestly, and this is probably speaking, owing to a weakness in the game, and it's something that has made me enjoy it more. But honestly, I use guides for how to do the social links correctly because I don't care about multiple choice games.
Jeff.
I don't find multiple choice dating sims fun.
Jeff.
I'm sorry, I just don't.
I love the best part of this game is when you give someone a gift that you think they'll like, and they just
they don't like it.
That's like the best part of the game.
That's not the best part of the game.
So good.
No. I think like anything. Here's my problem with the way they do this. So if you fuck up your social links,
winning.
No. If you fuck up your social links, you don't get to see part of the game. So in order to see the whole game, you have to
that's
do
not
it
true.
right.
That is not true. You don't miss out on portions of the game.
You can miss out on max social links.
If you are trying to say you're going to go through the game and you're going to be best friends with everybody, then you
That's
don't
crazy.
understand what Persona is like. Yeah.
No, but for me, that's not what Persona is for me. Like, that's not what
You're trying to speed
run.
run a Mega Man 100% completion on a game as a pro your first time playing it. And it's like I'm gonna run a 26.2 mile marathon the first time I've ever took a step.
Okay, but this is like 100 and some odd hour game. I'm not playing this game again.
Well, you don't need to
after this.
You don't need to see everything. Yeah, just go.
I'd like to experience everything it has to offer.
But Jeff, it's not true though. You're just using a guide. You're cheesing it, man.
Yeah,
but
I feel like
why would I want to watch a scene of wordlessly hanging out with my buddy and like playing an animation when I could actually get story bits about that person?
Because you're just looking at a guide to see what the best answer is to get the story bits. So it's like dead in the same way.
I mean, it's the same thing as cheating on all your homework questions because you can actually do that in the game now.
Listen, you don't tell me how to play Block Dude in the calculus class.
How to play what? Block Dude on calculator. No, I think it's the way, and I know it's controversial maybe, but that's how I enjoy the game. And for me, it is annoying because there's so much legwork to just get the meat, and I don't care about feeling like I'm a student navigating that world. I don't feel like the protagonist. I just want to experience the characters.
That's so interesting because I feel like the game, the reason why I enjoy unlocking a specific social sequence is because I know that I'm choosing it over others, and it's therefore like more precious. And yeah, maybe I have to grind for it by like watching me work out with Ryuji or go shopping with An or something. But like then I know if I do that a couple times.
Stupid Swan Pond for the third time in a row. Yeah, because you picked the wrong answer.
You could use Chihaya, and then you could skip all of that bullshit.
But it's not bullshit. Like those. Here's the difference between Persona 4 and 5 is those moments where they give you so many more options to have those extra filler things that they're not filler anymore. Like you choose to go to the ramen shop with somebody and you're like, oh, it's not gonna increase, it's not gonna give me the level up ping of World of Warcraft, but it's going to say like, hey, like you spent some time, you ate ramen together, he said something funny about ramen, okay, you're ready to go next time.
But would you rather have you spent some time and he said something funny about ramen, or I learned more about this character and their motivations? It's like reading a book where like huge passages of the book where they played for a while. Like I don't want to read a book where I have to read 40 pages of they played for a while before I hit a character beat.
But the thing about Persona is like Jamie just said, you don't have to read those passages. Like if you hit that wall and you're like, oh, I guess this relationship isn't going to happen right now. I'm going to go pursue this.
Let me go talk to the fortune teller who can make the relationship proceed farther without me having to advance time. because I'm min-maxing.
And maybe that's why, Jeff, you've struggled enjoying Persona so much before is the game aspects of it are like the roadblocks and those hurdles that you have to achieve that make it gamey and overly gamified are those trouble spots and like I enjoy those things that then create that, like, this is how time works in real life. You can't win them all. Like, you have to make these tough choices. And it sounds like, Jamie, you're kind of in the same boat.
I'm in the exact same boat. Like, what's fun is not, I mean, the characters are fun and interesting. And yeah, maybe in an ideal world I'd like to see all of the social links. But what's fun is the simulation. And the simulation is predicated on limited resources, and that resource is time. So I feel like that's what makes achieving a new social link so exciting when you finally break through. And you've been leveling up one social stat forever because you want to ask someone out on a date or whatever, and then when you finally are able to do that, it feels so great. It's because you've been working towards it and you did it in time, and maybe you won't have time to do something else, but you did this one thing. To me, that's the fun part. I totally see what you're saying, Jeff, but that would just feel overbearing and terrible.
For me, it doesn't feel that way. For me, having to wait, it's a game that wastes a lot of your time already.
Efficiency to the human heart.
No, it's a game that wastes a lot of your time already, and to have to waste time just kind of not experiencing meat, to me, just doesn't seem fun. Like, I understand that this is not true to life, but I never played this game wanting to simulate life, because life is not about answering multiple choice questions. Life is this does in no way does this even remotely capture relationships for me. Like, I find the dialogue choices so asinine.
But the sim itself
I think the converse of that. I think this 100% is accurate to life choices of I have 3 things that I can do today with my 4 hours of free time. What do I choose to do?
So that is correct, Griffin. I agree with that. Like, I think that having to choose between who you blow off and who you keep, that approaches some measure of reality. But for me, the thing that I find annoying is having to play a guessing game about what to say, because it's poorly written. Like, what you choose, it's just stupid. It's like, you know what the characterization of that character is. You try to figure out what the developers want you to choose. You're literally just playing a guessing game where if you fuck it up, then you've shot yourself in the foot. I don't see any point to going down.
I mean,
that
I don't
road.
think it's that random. I certainly think there are problems with the
definitely never had that feeling of it being that random.
There are definitely problems with the translation, but
well, I mean, it's never completely idiotic, but I remember doing stuff for the speech guy. Like, some of his links are just you have to choose these totally counterintuitive answers, or they'll throw you a curveball and you have to say something dickish and it actually lands in this one instance. It's just totally random.
Well, Jeff, maybe that speaks to you more of the player and less to the game.
Oh.
Boom. No, I mean, look, it works for me to actually have the experiences. And I understand that maybe it's unrealistic that this kid would be friend to everyone and everyone wants to jump on his D. It's a little weird. But, I just don't think that the relationships themselves are true enough to life for me that I would want to. I don't feel like I'm making a meaningful choice when I blow off Takamaki to hang with Ryuji, which nobody would do. But I don't
Ryuji burn
because he sucks.
I liked him more than the blogs did. Kotaku hated him
just fine.
I liked
him. All right. He's fine. He's too available. I mean, come on, lay off Ryuji. You're always asking, man. Cool. But no, I'd like to see the stories of the characters. I don't feel like when I go through the social links, it's about me befriending them. It's more about learning about the character. That's how I view social links. I'd like to learn about every character. Why should I waste my time playing the game multiple times just to learn about every character?
You don't need to play it multiple times. You just need to choose which character you're interested in. And
what if it's all of them? What if I'd like to learn about all of them and see?
Well,
there's not enough time in the world to learn about everybody.
I don't give a shit about the world. This is a video game. People are crazy.
We're just not completionists.
I hear you, Jeff. I hear you 100%, and that is one of the problems with the Persona series. And I think in this game it definitely brings it into the limelight, where it's like you try and capture a demon, and it's like guys like rah, 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 rah. So I just left my best friend's wife in the cellar basement. What do you think about that? And you're like, yeah,
I actually kind of love that, and I never cheat on those.
Yeah,
I never cheat on those.
Oh my god! And then dot dot dot. And it's like, which one do you pick? It doesn't matter. It's all arbitrary.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you're saying like that, kind of feels like the equivalent of social links, but
no, I love the monster negotiation. I think it's hilarious, and I never look up the answers on that.
Oh, I
don't
didn't know
either.
there were answers on those.
Well, so you can look. They all have personality types, and you can answer based on their personality, and it usually seems to work.
No, it sounds like you've looked up the answers on them.
No, I just noticed that they have types in the top left corner.
All right, sure, yeah, okay.
All right. Whatever. No, but so I don't know. Here's the thing that I think will illuminate it. Are you guys the type of people who talk to every NPC in the village?
Oh yeah.
About half the time.
So I'm the person who always talks to every NPC in the village, and I don't like the idea of a game where I could potentially talk to every NPC in the village if I do it right, or I could miss some. Like, I'd be cool if the game is like, look, you need to talk to this NPC, and then when you do that, this other NPC is going to die. I'd be like, all right, fine, I'll make a choice. But this game is more like, well, if you play your cards right, you can talk to everyone. And you should talk to everyone. It's just how I look at it. But it's intriguing that you guys came at it so differently.
I guess I was playing it similar to the second one that you just described. Like, to me, that has always been the game. It was implicit or explicit, really. Like, it's constantly telling you that, you know, you only have so much time, and choose who you spend it with wisely. So that's kind of how I was approaching it.
Right. The menu literally says, take your time on it. And you can interpret that however you want it to be, but for me, it's like, take your time smartly. You know?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing by maximizing every relationship, motherfuckers.
It's brilliant. Take your time. What? Take your time to enjoy the people you're with. Like, that's the other crazy thing about Persona is once you hit the 10 cap, once you maximize them out, you can still hang out with them. You can still spend time with them. To what extent? To what end? Nothing. Like, you don't get extra items. You don't get extra dialogue.
Yeah,
it's
you
like,
throw them out. Once you hit level 10, you're done with them. You put them in the freezer.
But you can. And I actually did it. I spent time with characters that were after level 10. One, out of curiosity to see what would happen, and two, because it's like, I'd rather read some dialogue about these two than this character that I could potentially increase my stats with.
And that's fair. I mean, that's you made a choice. The one thing I do that I don't have to is I'll usually, if someone invites me to do something in the community, I will always do that, even if I don't need to, because like I can max relationships without ever doing extracurriculars, but I usually do the community stuff just to kind of, that's my like doing friend thing. Like, do you guys always accept friend invitations?
Yeah, but they like disappear suddenly. Like, that's a bad thing in the game. It's a cool thing in the game, but it doesn't really last any. It definitely seemed like a thing that the developers put in as like, hey, we got time to fill here. We're gonna do this, and then it just disappears for a good chunk of time forever.
Yeah, it
comes in and then it's very quickly gone.
I mean, it seemed to kind of enter some lull periods, and then it seems to have come back with a vengeance. And Mikami or whatever his name is it Mikami? Who's the loser? Shinji.
Mitsu. Shoot, what was his name?
Mishima. Mishima always wants to hang out with me, and I'm like, God damn it!
No, he's adorable.
Yeah,
he's the worst.
No, he's not. What's wrong with you?
He's the worst character by a mile.
I think I maxed him out, and he is a bad person, but he redeems himself.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, he's there.
So, to kind of like realign kind of with Jeff's thoughts. The thing that I did not like about Persona 5,
Felix doesn't like Persona 5 at all.
Let the dogs out is. I said this in the last podcast, and that is the difference between 4 and 5. Now they add so many more like benefits into having your relationship higher up. So before, it's essentially just like, yeah, you get better cards, you get better personas. If they're your non, playing characters, like they're the NPCs out in the world, if you want to pursue that, you really don't actually get anything from it. Mm-hmm. But now they did a really good job of saying, okay, here's some really cool rewards for actually pursuing these relationships. So it kind of put on my shoulders like, ooh, do I care about this character, or do I care about the benefits that I get from using, like, pursuing them and then getting like stat increases or ways to finish dungeons faster or
yep,
whatever.
Gotta get that massage, so you can do stuff at night.
Yeah. It was,
even if that storyline is the creepiest storyline.
Absolutely. I think that is it's a step in the right direction, where they're combining that, because for the player characters, the ones in your party, the beats that they hit and the abilities you get from them seems to have some like nice kind of like ancillary tie-in with the moment that you spend with them, which is really, really cool. And they've never done it before, where it's like, now this person can endure one hit, and it's like they stood up to their friends and some guy made fun of them really, really intensely, and they were like, no, I will still persevere in front of your lashings. So it's cool that those abilities tie in. What's that?
I will answer to your expectations.
But I think that, like Jeff, you said, there's still a tough spot with, like, do I play the game where I'm trying to play it to get the best abilities, or do I play it to try and pursue the most interesting situations? And 4, it's like, well, there's no abilities. You spend time with your team members and you level them up, and you only get good team member skills from those. And if you want to spend time with people outside of that, well, that's just for the fun of the story. So now it's like, oh, well, there's a benefit. Now in 5, it's, oh, there's benefit for characters outside of the story. You get that kind of same thing. But then that kind of influences which ones you pick harder in a new direction.
Yeah. Sojiro is hard to level, guys.
He is, man.
Not really.
He has like a period where I was using the fortune leaven, and it took him like 4 times just to get to 1 level.
Well, you're doing it wrong.
All right. Anyway.
No, seriously. Like, there is something for Sojiro.
I just invested a lot of like empty days in him, which was fine because I enjoyed when I finally broke through. But yeah, it took me a while too, Jeff.
Yeah. Interesting. I wonder what you're talking about, Chris.
There's some pro strats there. I can talk to you about them offline.
Oh, is there like 0 time wasting make Sojiro love me things?
No, it just happened for me that I was playing through the game and I was like, oh, this makes a lot more sense, that now he likes me a lot more, and that the time that I spend with him makes a lot more benefit.
Is it having a Hierophant on your team? Because know.
that'll turn your 1 pip into maybe 2 pips. But
yes.
No,
gotta get the pips, man. You need the pips. you tell me afterwards. But hey, we've been talking about Persona 5 for a bit, and I want to kind of make sure we stick to our plan here. So should we kind of give any final thoughts about it before we kind of touch on some other stuff we played and get into the deep E3 stuff?
I don't think so. I think we should just talk about any other games anybody else has played as quick hits, and then move on to E3.
Sounds good to me. I'd love to talk about the game that I played, which I would really recommend to both of you guys. I don't know. I'll talk about it a little bit. And you
Are there relationships?
You cannot marry anyone. So
all
okay.
right, I'm out.
There are relationships. So I played Fire Emblem Echoes, and I played it, or Shadows of Valentia, sorry. And I played it during my time away from home.
2DS,
the
3DS,
iPhone game.
New 3DS,
it's the iPhone
old
game,
3DS,
right?
4DS, 1DS.
It's on the 6DS.
Okay.
It's the 11-dimensional.
The 2DS XL.
It will be on the 2DS XL. So it's Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia. It's a remake of Fire Emblem Gaiden, a Nintendo game,
which is Japanese for sequel.
Alternate story.
Side story. Yeah, side story.
Which is Japanese for
Jesus Christ,
ninja.
Jamie.
That was actually a supposed to be a joke, but that was kind of relatively close. So I'm patting myself on the back right now.
Sorry that we both double slammed you. I'm really sorry about that.
I'm the corrector, goddammit.
I'm the West. I'm the best weeaboo in the West.
All according to Keikaku. Have you guys seen that picture?
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh, there's this great picture of a
How many abs
translation.
does it have?
Huh?
Does it have a lot of abs?
No. This is a great picture of a translation of Death Note, where the subtitle is just according to Keikaku, and then on the top it says editor's note, Keikaku means plan. I don't know why they chose to put Keikaku in the subtitles. Anyway, okay, so Fire Emblem. Obviously the last two Fire Emblem games that really revitalized the franchise have leaned pretty hard into like dating sim type stuff. Like, hey, your characters can get married and have future babies that travel through plot contrivance and join your party. This puts all that away and kind of steps pretty hard back into older style mechanics. It preserves some stuff which feels like modern touches, like weapons don't break. It ditches like the weapon triangle altogether. Combat
Which I
is
love.
kind of more, yeah, it's a more statty affair, and it's simplified in a lot of ways, which kind of runs the risk of things getting a little boring. But for me, it still remained pretty dynamic throughout. It also ditches kind of pretty, like extravagant terrain effects and things like that in battle. So people have criticized it for the battlefields being a little boring. I actually find them really interesting because they're kind of wars of attrition, and fighting a war of attrition when losing one unit kind of sucks is really interesting from a gameplay perspective, because it makes managing unit survival a lot different. Like, it's not like people can just one-shot you left and right anymore. It's more about like kind of using HP as like a buffer rather than just all or nothing, which I found to be more the trend in recent games. But what I really love about this game, and I think sets it apart from the other Fire Emblem games and even the other Advanced War games and other Intelligent Systems games, is the story is like actually phenomenal. I was really impressed just throughout with the quality of the writing. There's full voice work pretty much. Like, I'd say almost all of the characters in the game, including like villagers, are voiced. The writing is super coherent. It's got a nice kind of fantasy medieval flair to it without being over the top. It's got some really cool lines that I really enjoyed. Villains that have like motivations.
You spoony bard.
No spoony bards. I think I sent something to you guys where it was like there was an exchange where it was something like, I don't remember. It's like I'll
something that lies and yeah.
It's like I'll rip your tongue out of your throat, and then the person's response was like, then you might finally hold the truth in your hands or something. Like some really cool writing that didn't feel like overwrought or overdramatic in the moment. And like I said, characters that have actual motivations and like villains that I can understand. It really was just refreshing throughout to play the game and experience a relatively simple plot that was really buoyed by just great writing.
I love the various sequences. Like, I love how you're fighting, and then it's a first-person, like, point-and-click adventure, and then it's third-person. I think that's so cool.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, and Jamie alluded to another thing that makes this game interesting, which is there's, like, dungeon crawling in the game now, where you basically, like, wander around different spaces, and you fight battles that turn into little mini tactical skirmishes, and then, there's also the village sections where you can, like, collect items in the village. There's just a lot of weird quirks, but it just all works surprisingly well.
This sounds
you would
like
think that it
the things
mesh.
that I like about Suikoden 2 is like the differentiation in gameplay. So yeah, I'm maybe this is something I actually have to play this year.
There is something really oddly satisfying about having good voice acting. It's anime voice acting, but it's good.
Yeah, it's good anime.
And being able to either hold a button or click a button and just have the text progress as they finish talking, and then you're actually watching kind of like a cutscene almost. That's so much more enjoyable to me than just scrolling through mountains and mountains of text in a Fire Emblem game. I think that
the auto
makes a big
advance
difference.
is like a freaking godsend, and you can turn it off at any time. And so you can, like, if you're in a good position to just sit and listen, you just hit X, and then the story just flows. Or you can pause at any moment and go back and review. Like it's very flexible, and it feels good. Like you just settle in. You're like, yeah, this feels great.
Oddly satisfying. I played it on a plane, and exactly what you're saying, Jeff. I would play for a little bit, like play a battle. Then there'd be a segment with voice acting. I just put the 3DS down on the tray table and just kind of enjoy it for a minute as like a break. Then jump back in, and maybe I'm crawling through a dungeon or I'm looking for items in a village. Really cool game.
Yeah, and I might recommend for you guys that you turn it down to a lower difficulty if you don't want to be grinding too much.
Already did.
Because it can be a little sloggy because there's more kind of random encounters and like interstitial battles where like you're like going from one point to another. And I think if you just turn that down and kind of have a good time with it, the story will really carry the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Turn it down beyond normal or...
I think I have it on
there's
easy.
only 2 difficulties. Isn't it just hard and normal?
I can't remember, actually.
I think there's just 2.
Okay. Well, I will never play on hard, so not an issue.
Yeah, and then there's the classic versus casual, units can revive after battle option. But yeah, it's surprisingly solid and just throughout. I mean, the story just carried me through, and I loved every second. So. Big recommendation, real sleeper this year. I think it won't get a lot of attention, but I think it has a lot to offer. So
yeah, I didn't even know it came out. I mean, I thought that was kind of just like, it kind of just passed along without any fanfare. So thank you for showing that one off.
No problem. And I hope you
can
guys...
Can I play it on my 3DS original?
Yeah.
You can play it on your pleb 3DS, yes.
It still has 3D.
The layer cake 3DS, if you will.
So speaking of horrible voice acting and bad dialogue choices,
yes.
I played a little game called Injustice 2.
That has dialogue options?
Yeah.
It's a fighting game.
It doesn't have like... It doesn't have... I should say this. It doesn't have dialogue options, but you're watching a lot of cutscenes which are horrible. And it's a lot of like... I'm Harley Quinn, and I'm a good person now. And then Batman's like, I'm Batman, but now everybody knows I'm Batman. So, everything's turned on its head now. Harley's
I
good,
am Superman,
and I'm Batman, and I'm bad. I can't do this.
We killed him. Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus.
You really
Do
killed
you have
him.
lung cancer?
You did Harley
It's a
Quinn
hard
for like
voice
30
to do.
seconds.
I can't get that low. It's not a good game, guys.
It's not. That's
It's not a good game.
Even the game itself?
Even the game itself.
Do you like Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat.
No. It's garbage.
Griffin doesn't like fighting games unless they have
Quarter circle punch?
motions on joysticks that are just impossible and actually don't reflect the shape of the joystick. Let's make a Z out of a semicircle.
It's you touch forward, you touch down, you touch diagonal.
I don't want to talk
know what the
about
problem
it.
is.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
Touch. It's better than this game, which time me. It's garbage. Done. It's not garbage.
You're at 5 minutes.
I'll tell you this. From spending actual time with the game, Aquaman online playing like against people, super broken, overpowered character. You will kill everybody forever and always, forever and ever. Aquaman. It is super dumb. It is a bad design game. There are systems in it that are overly complex, overwrought, overly designed. Like there's too much crap in it. Like you will never. There's animations that are buried under insane dial a situation combos that are just. It's like, cool. How did I do this? I'll never be able to do this again because it's a one time thing that I can only do once forever. It's awful.
Are there fatalities?
There are fatalities and they're cool. You don't kill them, but you just hurt them real bad, like shoot a bunch of missiles at them or like punch them really hard or something like that. The story is awful. It's awful. Hey, sorry, Wonder Woman's out right now, and apparently it's amazing. But you know what? DC sucks, and everything about DC is awful and bad and boring, and their games are bad and boring, and I don't like Mortal Kombat either very much. Sometimes I do, though, but not very much recently.
Do you feel better now?
I do, thank you.
How does it compare to Tekken 7?
Has anyone here played Tekken 7?
No.
I will, and you know what? Tekken 7 is the Japanese freaking Mortal Kombat, all right?
Dude, don't shit on Tekken, man.
No, watch me. Let me take off my pants right now. Oh, wait, I'm taking. Let me undo this belt.
Eddie Gordo.
Can you hear this belt? I'm taking
Eddie
it off.
Gordo
And I'm gonna shit
is
all
very
over Tekken.
respectful to the culture of the island.
Oh, man.
Please explain what the island is and who Eddie Gordo is.
Eddie Gordo is a gentleman, Afro-Caribbean would be my presumption of his.
It says Brazilian.
Ethnicity. He's Brazilian?
Yeah. His fighting style is capoeira.
He is capoeira. Yes, that's accurate. Yep.
Okay. I was wrong. Sorry, guys. My attempt at faux racism just turned into real racism.
As often happens.
The white person trap.
All right, I want to talk about some games that I really liked, as opposed to hated.
Hit us with them.
Cool. Tekken sucks.
The first
Injustice
one
sucks.
Fuck
Jamie,
off.
take it.
The first one that you will both like immensely and should have already purchased, and I don't know why you haven't, is Dead Cells on early access on Steam. It is. Don't be afraid by the early access thing. This is an amazing game that feels complete to me, and it is pretty much just Rogue Legacy, what you loved about Rogue Legacy, except it controls better, it looks better, there are more combat options, and it feels closer to what a 2D Souls-like feels like, akin to Salt and Sanctuary. Thank you, Griff, by the way. I also played that, and that is awesome. And I think that it's kind of almost an evolution of Salt and Sanctuary, with saturated colors instead of black and white. I really like this game because you always start with a crappy blade and either a crappy bow or a crappy shield, and then as you progress through these randomly procedurally generated areas, which are organized into levels, which are capped. Certain ones of them are capped by bosses. You're picking up other weapons, and you bind them to whichever buttons you want. If you're playing with a controller, it's 2 face buttons for 2 weapons, and then 2 of the bumpers for 2 other weapons.
Did you say Two-Face? No!
What is happening?
Injustice is horrible.
He's still on it.
Because Two-Face. I get it.
Anyway, the game is great. You'll find like a trap that freezes people, and then you'll find a sword that does extra damage when people are frozen, and you'll chain things like that, and it's amazing.
So here's the thing with me and roguelikes, as the person who probably has, just because I played Forged Arrows of Isaac, has played the most roguelikes.
Just say it. You're the master of roguelikes.
No, I'm not the master of roguelikes. Because I don't play that many anymore.
How many hours does Spelunky?
How many hours of that Cyberpunk one did you do?
How many hours of Binding of Isaac?
Wait, which Cyberpunk one are you talking about?
Cyberpunk 2077.
Incognito? No.
Oh, Invisible Ink. Oh, lots of hours of that. Spelunky is 48. That's not that much.
48 days?
No, 48 hours.
That's false.
Invisible Ink is 79. Anyway, okay. So, I feel like the ingredients have to be so finely tuned. And so, what I usually do with roguelikes now is wait about 2 to 3 weeks and then see if people care about them anymore.
People still care about Dead Cells.
Okay.
It's amazing.
All right, I'll check it out.
Jeff, is it because you're using guides to get the best social links in?
Yes.
Stop being so late about everything. Jesus.
No, I've been burned
Pro strats, bro.
Because there's so goddamn many of them, and I just like it's. I guess.
This is why I don't do game streams, Jeff, because you're going to watch me play, and then you're just going to call me and say I'm playing wrong.
Jeff, I understand your pain.
Reason.
I understand your pain because it's the same thing that I do with first-person shooters, where I'm like, okay, new Call of Duty just came out. I'll give it like 2 weeks and see, like, is it a hot steaming mess or is it not bad? And then if it's not bad, I'll play it. And if it's a hot steaming mess, like, I'll probably still play it, but I won't finish it.
I guess the last game that I kind of got burned on was Enter the Gungeon.
Well, that game was bad.
I hear that game's really good.
So it's not. It's for me. It was fun, but the problem with it is the loop is fucked because it takes so long to get any good items in that game.
Okay,
and I feel like
the best part about this game is the loot.
Okay, all right, you've got my attention now.
Perfect. It's
all right,
it's just enough to make you feel powerful for like a hot minute when you get it, and then eventually it's challenging again.
And then, you said there's some emergent stuff too, a little bit, or no?
Exactly, because you're literally wielding 4 weapons at once, and you're combining them in crazy ways, and they all have stat buffs and debuffs and effects. You're chaining things, and it's crazy, and it's really cool.
Okay. Because for me, Flint Hook was a game, here's another example of a roguelike, that I knew was not going to be enough. And so I just skipped it. And I am glad I did because it seems like it just didn't really land in a meaningful way for people.
I bought Flint Hook, bounced off it pretty hard. That game has some serious issues with difficulty and just the flow.
Okay.
This game is really good. You should both get it. But
fair.
I want to talk about Horizon. I want to talk about Horizon Zero Dawn for my time because this game.
I will literally give you 3 minutes because that game is old as shit now.
Have you? How far are both of you?
Not far. I'm in the mother's butthole or something.
Griff?
I don't know.
I set a bunch of people in a quarry on fire, and then Gene beat the game for me while I was out of town. So I beat it as well, I guess, technically.
Wait, so you watched it? You watched the whole game?
I was out of town, so I didn't watch the whole game. That would be impossible. Okay. But my trophies say that I am 1 trophy away from a platinum.
Okay. All right, here's what I want to say about this game. This game is really scratching that Zelda itch that I now have because it does that thing that Zelda did where you come across an enemy.
2 months ago.
You come across an enemy and it one-shots you. And the enemy one-shots you and you say to yourself, I am never, ever going to be able to beat that enemy. I threw my craziest stuff at it. There's no weapon in the game that could beat that enemy. And eventually, just by playing and learning the game systems and doing the hunting grounds and learning what you can do with those weapons, you can take down those enemies that you thought would just one-shot you until, the end of days. You can just take them down, no problem, and then the game serves you up harder enemies. And the combat is epic. These boss battles and these battles against these bigger robots are incredible. They are they're literally robots? Thrilling. Like my heart is pounding during some of these things. I think it's so much fun. The other thing I'll say is I think that this is the best sci-fi story I have experienced in a game. It's so good that it's even one of my favorite sci-fi stories, period.
Whoa.
Yeah, shut your mouth. That is the only thing that is stringing me along in this, and I have succumbed to many drunken evenings at the bar with saying like, Gene, just tell me how the story ends. Just tell me the story. And he's like, no, you gotta play it.
You have to play. It's the kind of game where the environment itself and the story itself invites questions. And as those questions are answered, instead of either saying to yourself, oh, that's interesting, but then the magic is gone, or saying that's a really stupid answer, you say that answer is perfect. That answer doesn't destroy the mystery of this world, but it completely answers my questions in like a real way, and it covers all the bases. It's one of the best thought out stories, and the acting is just superb. Lance Reddick is amazing. His character comes in late, and he is like perfect for it. He works with Ashley Birch wonderfully, and it's incredible to me to hear that they.
Wait. Ashley Birch is playing who?
The lead.
Aloy, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
she's Aloy. Yeah. Huge role for her.
It's crazy to me that I listened to an interview with Ashley Birch about her role in this game, and it was crazy to me, and it was also crazy to Jason Schreier, who was
really. That is crazy now that I think about it.
So both Jason Schreier and I were flabbergasted that Lance Reddick and Ashley Birch never met, were never in the same room, and didn't do lines together, because when they act together, it's like they were meant to act together. It's the best voice acting, the most natural voice acting, and an incredible duo. Together, they blow every other game voice actor out of the water, the two of them. It's just
really? You going that hyperbolic?
Well, I haven't given it enough.
Wait, hold on. What about Troy Baker?
I haven't thought
Have you
about
heard
it
of
that
a
much,
little,
so
a little guy called Troy Baker?
I can't.
You're making it. I put a lot of stock in voice acting, Jamie, and you're saying that those two are better than anything ever.
No, I'm being hyperbolic, obviously.
You got me back on the line, that's for sure.
I think they're really, really good, and that
Okay.
you guys should play it. You should see the story to the end. I really think you'll enjoy it. And
I just
my
assumed
initial-
that Ayla was Jennifer Hale. I mean, as sad as it sounds, like that's really Ashley Birch.
Mm-hmm.
That is, yeah.
Tiny Tina.
How did I know?
No,
she
Tiny
said Tiny Tina. Yes, Tiny Tina. My initial reaction to the story was just kind of like, this seems pretty dumb. So I hope that
No,
was
because
just a,
you can't
It's not
appreciate.
dumb. That's for sure. It's, yeah.
But I do think I
thought
that it
the
won't
Mother's
do.
Cradle stuff was really dumb.
So then I don't think there's any hope for you. But I think that
Right.
this is like I'm in love. I'm enthralled. It's wonderful. It's great. And I never thought anything would give Zelda a run for its money when we come to talk about all this stuff later in the year. But for me, this certainly will be, unless it pulls a Prey and the ending just ruins the entire game, which Prey did. And now I'll pivot to
Before you
about...
jump into that, Jimmy, I just want to say I checked out of HZ. Whoa! What just happened there?
Felix is my inner spirit animal. I don't hate all stories, guys. That's what he wants you to know.
HZD, I did my time in it, and I was like, wow, this is great. And then I went on a vacation, and I was playing Zelda and all that, and I was like, okay, I'll do the other arrow shooty game. And I had a great time with Zelda, and I was like, I will never go back to Horizon. HZD.
Sorry,
So the fact that you're saying like no, there's different things in that game that provide different feels and different things that fulfill different needs and wants from a story. I'm like, oh, I'm back in, totally back in.
Do it. I mean, Zelda redefines what an open world can be, but this is like the best that an open world could ever be before Zelda
open world
redefined
story is kind of what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Well, the story I think is reinforced by the open worldness and the it's I'd have to think a bit to put my thoughts into words, but I feel like all the systems in the games, the fact that it's open world, the way the open world is organized, the types of missions they send you on, especially the hunting lodge missions, the way that interacts with the gameplay and the way that the gameplay interacts with the story, I feel like all kind of meld together to make it this one cohesive, amazing experience for me. That finally, when it does start answering your questions, and it will answer your questions, it will tell you why there are robot dinosaurs in the world. It will tell you why, and it will give you a great reason why there are. And that's the kind of thing, that's the kind of storytelling, sci-fi storytelling that I crave. Like, I want there to be a world with robot dinosaurs, and I want you to give me a reason why, and I don't want to laugh. And they
Michael
totally
Crichton!
do.
Wait, what did you say, Griff? Michael Crichton?
I did the Michael Crichton call.
So good.
Yes,
to be
thank
clear,
you. I was not planning on going back to it this year. I was just going to talk to Gene, but now that he resisted and said you need to play it, and you're saying no, you have to play it, I will definitely play Horizon Zero Dawn before the end of the year.
Yay! You
Damn.
you can get through the main story if you don't want to be a completionist about it. I have a feeling it's like a 30-35 hour game. If you want to be a
Jesus Christ. Okay.
if you want to be a completionist, it's much more. I'm sure you could blast through even quicker, but you will enjoy yourself. Don't rush it. Take your time. Play an hour every other day or whatever, and I think you'll really enjoy it.
To be clear, the part of the story I didn't like was like the first hour. I don't hate all stories.
You gotta get beyond that, man.
What's that, Griff?
You gotta get beyond that. Like, the first hour is pretty good, actually. Actually, no, Jamie's right. If you didn't like the first hour, you're done.
Yeah, like...
It just feels so trite. It's like, okay, you're an outcast, tribal society. I love the apocalyptic stuff.
You're describing the story of this game the way that Griffin describes platformers that he doesn't like.
It's a platformer with an art style.
He's right. He's not wrong.
No, no, I mean, I think plots are hewn from particular archetypes or whatever. That's fine. What I think was distracting for me was I got too mired in the side quests, and those are pretty poorly written.
I completely
You mean
disagree.
like the 3 in the first hour?
There's like 10 in the first hour.
I don't think so.
There's a lot of side quests.
So either.
All right, whatever. You guys are right. I'm wrong.
No, I mean, I'm not saying it's perfect, and there are certainly critiques to be made for the storytelling and the story itself. But for me, it's firing on all cylinders, and I'm so happy that I went back to it. I think as passionately about this story as it sounds like you felt for the story of Nier Automata, which I still need to go back and play, and I'm really looking forward to playing.
I think a good anecdote or a good parallel here, Jeff, is this game may be the Persona 5 character that you didn't think had a lot of merit in your first 2 interactions, even though they boosted the social links up. And now it's time to go back and perhaps pursue those things which lasted beyond the 7th and 8th levels on them, because there's like some cool storytelling deep within that thing. But it's going to take a lot of grind, man. It's going to take some real life grind.
It's a good thing I visited that fortune teller that lets me max the links.
There is no real life fortune teller.
And it captures the spirit of hunting, which I like too. And I felt the same way in Zelda. Like, I'm going to go out, I'm going to collect my stuff, I'm going to go to where I know this crazy enemy is, and I'm going to make a plan, and I'm going to take him down. It's the same way with this game, but the battles are bigger and more epic, and there's more options, and there's more enemies and more enemy types to take down, and there's crazier ways that you can get crazy gear and outfits and all this stuff. It's so good. Anyway.
All right.
Fair.
Prey.
Last 2 minutes. Jamie, Prey.
Prey.
Let's pray it's over quickly.
Is great. Prey was one of my favorite games until the damn ending. I love Prey because Prey tells you what the apocalypse would be if the apocalypse were a PR problem, and you're just reading through people's emails and approaching the apocalypse from a PR standpoint. And they're just bored. They're bored employees. They're bored engineers. What if the apocalypse happened at like Google HQ? And you were learning about it via emails that, like, mid-tier PR people sent each other. That's what Prey is, and it's amazing, and the gameplay is great. It has great guns, great emergent gameplay that happens because there's guns that you can use to slow enemies down, but they also build platforms, and the shotgun is really satisfying. I love the exploration. There's a hub world, and you can go from the hub world to several sections of the ship. Each are vastly different and have different gameplay opportunities. The trouble with Prey is, without spoiling it, the ending negates every choice you make, everything that happens in the plot of the game. It just throws it out, and in the worst, most insulting to the player way possible. When you're playing D&D,
Jamie.
you don't
take... Yes, Jamie, please vent more about the end of the game and how it ruins the entire experience. Give in to your fears. Give in to your dark hopes. The ending of a game can ruin everything.
I honestly believe it now. It's so sad. I never thought I'd be like you. Oh, it's so sad, though. It's so true.
From my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
Because it takes your choices and it throws them in the garbage for no reason. Oh, okay. That's it. Great game, terrible ending.
All right. Was it all a dream?
I will not answer that.
It was all a dream, wasn't it?
The answer is probably yes. I started the game and I played it for about 2 hours and I killed myself pretty quickly and I was like, cool, okay, it's like Portal. Goodbye.
Fair enough.
Time to go back to Persona 5, which has me by the balls.
I was going to say, that's not like anything. It's not like there's previous entries in the series that it's like.
Also, it was 100% Bioshock, so I was like, oh, this will only get worse. Great.
I mean, I really love parts of it.
An alien obeys.
Okay, so as the demon overlord bequested, we have to keep this to 90 minutes.
30 minutes left.
Yeah, guys, let's Jamie, take us on the. Unless you have any crazy video game stories about things you've been playing, because you've been playing more than either of us. Take us on this E3 journey.
Yes. So I have this idea. We each three of us have created a list of Electronic 3 predictions, which we will now read in a round-robin fashion, and we will assign to each one a point value, 1 through 3. If the prediction is likely to occur, we'll assign it a 1, because if it's likely to happen, then you should be rewarded less if it does occur, and if it's least likely,
as white people, we should be rewarded less for our success.
Exactly. Okay, and then if it's likely to happen, we'll give it a 2 or a 3, depending on. I mean, if it's unlikely to happen, I apologize. We'll give it a 2 or a 3. So if it's really out there, we'll give it a 3, and then after E3, we'll count up the points and see who won, see who could predict the craziest stuff. And if it's a joke prediction, it'll still count. We'll just see through to it to the heart of the prediction. For example, Griffin, you have one where you are making a joke about, at the Nintendo press conference or Treehouse or whatever, someone taking a Mario hat and throwing it to a Mega 64 person. And that, of course, doesn't need to be the prediction, but the prediction could be, the prediction at the heart of that joke is that at Nintendo's Treehouse or something, Miyamoto will be holding a hat and he'll throw it. And so that is the prediction. Does it make sense, guys?
Yes, I believe in it. I love it. Let's do it.
All right,
Go.
so, okay, round robin, I'll start. My first one, number 1.
Wait, that's not round robin.
Round robin. Is it cool?
Round robin.
Round robin. Horizon Zero. Okay,
wait,
so
wait,
also...
wait. Quick demographic check right here, right now.
White, male, Caucasian, straight.
Okay. Jeff?
Samesies, also the same age. 3 days
Griff?
difference.
Same sees 1-ish year older.
All right.
Gross.
Also, wanted to check in with you guys. Duck, duck, goose, or duck, duck, gray duck?
Duck, duck, goose, unless you're a freaking fascist.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Jesus.
All right,
Gray duck
okay.
is some weird shit that, like, Flatlanders do or something. I don't know.
All right. Yeah.
Can we call Griffin the Flatlander?
Yes, we can.
The gray duck is a Minnesota thing, and it exists only there.
No, I've heard it elsewhere. This is not the first time I've heard gray duck.
Please tell me where.
Just places. I don't know, man. People
Okay, cool.
like there's pockets of America.
All right,
I assume
let's
they
play
like
this
eat their
duck,
young as
duck,
well.
gray duck golf game that we're doing right now. So, Jamie, you're taking the lead.
Yes. Okay, and the other 2 people need to come up with the point, because the person who came up with the thing can't come up with the point value. So I'm going to read
Sure.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
I will speak. I will not write.
Horizon. Well, yeah, I'll write it down. I'll keep the thing on this guy. Horizon Zero Dawn DLC announced. Some superficial DLC available at announcement. Some stories DLC coming later. So now you guys say, is this likely to happen? If so, 1. Is it less likely? 2. Is it crazy? And is it not going to happen? 3. You guys decide.
So before we get into this, one is likely.
Yeah.
One is not like we know it's going to happen, right?
No,
like,
one is.
I know Jeff. Once we get into the Nintendo zone, it's like, oh, Jeff knows this is going to happen because Richie told him.
Because I have a red phone that calls Miyamoto.
Because the NeoGAF thread says this is what's going to happen.
I don't think I have anything in here that's NeoGAF-y, to be quite honest.
Okay.
Even the Boys Life thing.
All right, so then 1 is most likely, 2 is it probably will happen, and 3 is like, no way?
Yeah.
Or what's the scale here? We need a 5 scale.
You want a 5? Let's do 5.
Well,
What's
that's
a
a lot of numbers. Okay, we can do a 5, I guess. 3 seems elegant, though. Like,
Can we commit to golf? Can we be like, this is a hole-in-one, like this will happen? 2, like, maybe, and 3 is like, shit,
all right,
that won't work.
yeah, just one. I think 1, 2, 3 is the way to go.
Okay.
Because it's just not too crazy. So, okay.
So you
let's-
you two have to decide now. You have to take what I just said, and you have to say, You have to ascribe a point value.
Okay, so distill it down to it for us again. So
there's going to be Horizon DLC at the Sony conference. There's going to be some like outfits or some shit like today at the conference, and then there's going to be some story stuff coming in like, I don't know, fall or whatever.
Okay, cool. I love it. I'm in there. Yes. 1 hole-in-one. There will be some fucking Sackboy ass like dream bullshit of that dumbass studio making some crap that people will ascribe onto other video games that exist already, which is Zero Dawn.
Okay.
So yeah, and I'm with you, Jamie. I think there'll be some kind of DLC announcement. I actually had a similar prediction, which we could cut maybe. No, actually, I won't cut it. Okay. Yeah. I'll give that a 1. I'll give that a 1.
Okay, so I put a 1 on there, as you can see on the doc. So now, Jeff, you go with your first one.
Jeff, come playing here with me. Jeff,
I was going to say the number might already be in the prediction. Mother 3, please.
This is
Mother
3. It's not happening. It's never happening. I already put it on the doc.
Oh, wait. So you're jumping right to your next prediction? Jeff, you're not going to have any confirmation about Horizon Zero Dawn?
Oh, no, he said a 1.
No, I said 1. I said 1.
Okay.
So do you say 3 as well for Mother 3?
Griff?
Griff?
Skimming.
Mother 3? Is it coming?
Yeah.
Is it finally being announced?
No.
Okay,
It's a
so
3.
we agree. 3.
Fuck. You guys are going to be eating crow come Nintendo Day.
The 3 is tied in with my prediction that we will get to eventually.
So now, Griff, why don't you go with your first one?
Okay. I feel what you're putting down. Okay, so mine's not very fun.
We'll get to the fun ones.
Yeah,
Don't
we'll
worry.
get there.
You got some good ones.
I would really like a PlayStation 4 Pro price drop. Like, this is 100% introverted. I would really, really, really like the PlayStation 4 Pro to drop in price so that I could justify to myself buying it, even though it's only $50, which is essentially nothing in comparison to $400. So
I'm gonna give that a 2.
Yeah,
personally.
I'm right with you, and I'm gonna go ahead and say if there's a price drop at all, you get the full 2. It doesn't need to be $50.
right. I don't want it. I don't need it. But I would really like it because that would push me over the edge to just go and buy that PS4 Pro because my girl is so tired.
Screaming.
I have to delete
Just
my
keep on
second
beating
one.
it.
I have to delete my second one because it was about the Nintendo Switch VC and the online service, which they already showed. So let me delete that. Okay, Squids and Arms, Arms and Squids, Squid Arm crossover game with Rabbids. Starting.
I feel like you should kill this one too, since the Rabbit game leaked.
Oh yeah. All right, I killed that one. All right, Scorpio is super boring. No exclusive games to highlight its power.
So when you say exclusive games,
I mean that
do you mean exclusive to the platform?
I mean like there's. Yeah, I guess that's silly. How about this? No games really.
No games really
show it off.
Okay, so it's announced and then they have nothing to justify its existence.
Yes.
In so many words.
Yes.
Griff, what do you think?
I think that you guys are playing too hard against Microsoft. You're being a bunch of Debbie Downers or Dennis Downers or however you want to phrase that.
Okay.
I think that they will show the Scorpio off, and for the next couple weeks, there will be like a dissection of what they showed on that actual game footage. So I'm going to say a 3, the exact opposite.
And I'm with you, Griff. You know, I may have come off pessimistic in my predictions, but I tried really hard not to shit on Microsoft, which I usually do.
I hope it's good. I'm with you guys.
Yeah.
I hope, but I really So
I have a caveat for my prediction, which will expound upon that a little bit.
Okay. So Jeff, why don't you?
I'll do mine. Okay, obviously, to preface, online plans for Nintendo have been revealed, $20 a year, etc., etc. However, this still stands because Virtual Console has not been talked about. So here's my prediction. No Virtual Console shown. No comment given when questions are asked, even though the online service is supposed to be rolling out Virtual Console games every month. Here's the quote, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but we will deliver information to consumers about our online plans at a later date. Well, that's no longer happening, but we have no comment to offer about Virtual Console this time.
They will say explicitly they have no comment to offer about VC at this time, or
Correct.
in so many
Jeff,
words.
I think
in so many words,
the
they'll
real
say-
question,
Yeah.
the real question here that drills down to is, what is VC versus what is playing games online?
So,
games
and
online
I think those
on
are
a Switch.
distinct. I think those are distinct entities. So the classic game library, I think, is a separate entity. And if that's the new Virtual Console, then I didn't, I guess, predict that. That would be pretty bad.
I'm going to say 2.
2? Okay.
What about you, Griff? Do you agree? 2?
I can't comment. I'll defer to you because I think that the VC is a complicated thing right now at this moment.
Okay.
Do you think they'll have no Okay, if someone says, "Where's the Virtual Console?" What do you think they'll say? Do you
I
think
would
they'll
say
we have no comment to offer at this time? Please
Virtual
check out the
Console
classic game library.
is a brand. So what actually is the virtual? What do you want from the Virtual Console?
So you think in the Time Magazine interview with Reggie Fils-Aimé, they're going to say, "Where's Virtual Console?" And Reggie's going to go, "Gamers don't know what they want these days."
It never happened before.
I know. All right, 2 it is. 2 it is.
2.
But Jamie, sorry, Jeff, can you maybe expound upon what you're going for there? Because I think
So
you
what
and
I'm
I
going
together
for is
Voltroned into a good point.
What I'm going for there is there's no Virtual Console, and there is no comment about when a Virtual Console is going to happen. And maybe they plug the classic game library. Oh, we're going to be offering our classic game library, which, offers enhanced versions of old titles. What about Virtual Console? Well, we have nothing to offer at this time.
But Virtual Console, I guess what you're saying is explicitly says, like, things that people already purchased in Virtual Console, did they transfer to the Switch?
No, what I'm saying is Nintendo will say nothing about Virtual Console as a platform on the Switch. They will say, we have no comment about Virtual Console at this time.
Okay, locked in then. Then I'm going to say 1, hole in 1. They will never say Virtual Console.
All right.
All right.
I amend it. I'm changing it. I'm with you, Griff.
Okay.
So
So
now,
this is the rock solid prediction. Okay. Carry on.
now on to yours, Griff.
Griff.
Okay. Number 2. So, because of the backlash from the Mass Effect Andromeda scandal, all presenters who go up on stage for the EA press conference will take the stage like a gorilla walking backwards. They will walk up
holding
on
guns
stage
facing the wrong way.
Yeah, exactly. Like somebody being
actually
rewound in
think-
footage.
Sorry?
No, you're good.
I was going to say, I think that they will... If we're taking this, the honesty behind the joke of this to be that they
Yes.
will reference it in some way, in a self-deprecating manner, I think that's moderately likely. What do you think, Jeff?
Yeah, I think it's a 2 because I think there's, and my prediction is honestly silence, but I think there's a reasonable chance that there's some kind of mea culpa there.
Yeah, I agree.
So I
agree.
think this is a 2, and I think Griffin, if you're okay with it, then it's a mea culpa. It's some nudge or wink towards Andromeda. You cool with
Nope.
that?
No, I
Are you holding strong to the walking like the models? All right, 3
the
points
thing
it
is-
is.
the joke is these guys have done garbage and they will not acknowledge it. So you base your predictions upon that, but these are mine are all jokes. Hey, spoilers.
Okay, so you're going to have to tell us what the...
No, some of these could actually happen though.
Yeah. So wait, what? We'll go with what he wants it to be, though. So we'll say 1, because he's saying that they're not going to say anything. They won't apologize.
No, I
Okay.
would say it's a 3. Like nobody will ever do this.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh, okay. 3 it is. 3 it is. Okay. So,
Okay.
in your mind, this is then
I'm
like
looking to lose here, boys.
all right, or just moonshot. Go ahead, Jamie.
Yeah. PlayStation repeats the theater-style presentation of last year. Sean Layden has a well-trimmed beard, and there's no joke that the beard will be... we will all 3 of us agree that the beard is tasteful, and that it is not oily, and that it's salt and pepper, and it's
I don't know, man.
beautiful.
He's had some pretty shaggy beards in his day.
I know. I'm saying
Might
it's going to
might
be
I
good.
suggest he pursues a short trim beard, which used
Yeah.
to be my best search results on the internet.
So pretty
like-
much
Yeah.
we're talking about the beard. So this is really whether the beard is going to be it's going to turn us on or not. So you guys ascribe a number to that.
What do
Are
you
you
think,
turned
Griff?
on by the beard?
I'm going to say Sean Layton is not the man who's going to buck the trend and trim his beard in 2017. He is a man who's going to do what has been successful for him recently, which is wear a suit jacket and have a beard. So
You know what's going to be in that beard? Multiplayer digital first
Sack boys?
experiences.
Okay.
Multiplayer digital first experiences. Just all up in that beard.
All right. So it sounds like you guys think it's gonna happen.
I'm-
Well, it's a one.
I think
I'm
it's
gonna
a
say
two.
you're saying a well-trimmed beard. I'm going to say a very slim beard because that man is looking to at some point going to no facial hair. Like,
Okay.
So you think it's
it'll
a
be
one, Griff?
essentially
You think this is
like
a slam dunk.
yeah, slam dunk, like
right.
no beard, essentially like
right.
not stubble, but like very very slim.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
and we'll address the edge cases if and when they occur.
Sure.
Okay.
Right.
The
The 15 edges on Sean Layton's razor.
Yes. The triangles that make up his beard. Okay, so I don't know if you guys heard this rumor, but it was reported in Boys Life that Animal Crossing and Pikmin were announced for Switch. And but it never really got a lot of traction. So I'm going to
Jeff,
run
that's
with it.
not a prediction. You're just commenting on rumors.
We can cut it. No, we can cut it. Let's cut it
Okay.
then. Fuck
Okay.
that shit. Fuck that shit.
You got it, Jeff.
I have enough anyway. All right. Okay, this is for Nintendo. So Nintendo has an event where no other like big exciting titles are announced. Nothing we don't know about is announced in the AAA space. Although there are a good number of small projects with a mixture of 3DS, Switch, and Switch exclusives.
So
my big prediction there is not a single new AAA title is named at E3.
I'm gonna give that. I'm tempted to give it a 3. I feel like there's gonna be some.
Oh shit! I was gonna go big or go home like hole in one, Jeff. Nothing.
See, the Nintendo pessimism is real. here
Nintendo's
for me.
going to
You know what?
sleep this year.
You guys are-
that
you guys are right.
Snorlax is falling asleep in the middle of this road.
You guys are right. I'm putting a 1 because
It's a onesie.
we already know it's gonna be their big names there. You're right.
Okay, all right.
It's Mario Odyssey. Like that's what it is.
Yeah, that's the show.
It's
Okay.
gonna be a booth full of hats. You put this hat on while you play the Switch. That's it.
That guy will fall on the couch again while holding Joy-Con.
Oh, so adorable.
All right, go Griff.
Okay. So my next prediction is that Minecraft will be on Switch.
It already
And-
is. Griffin, it already is.
It already is.
It will be shown on the Switch presentation, and they will showcase a Mother 3 character in the Minecraft world.
So you feel that even though it's already out, it'll be shown again, and there'll be a Mother 3 character.
Absolutely.
That's a
That's
total
a hard
3.
three.
I
That's
love
a hard
it.
3.
It's hard 3. I love it. All
Also,
right.
Jeff, you will have a heart attack from it and die.
Oh no, I'm not gonna weigh in on that one.
So I think a 3 is accurate. Yep.
3's
Okay.
good. All right. God of War.
Jamie?
God of War. Spring 2018. What do you guys
That's
think?
a 1 if I ever heard it.
What do you think, Griff? Spring 2018.
I think the
False.
holiday is less relevant for Sony these days.
Yeah. Spring is not Sony's game. Not with God of War. No.
That's what they did for Horizon, and that sold
Yeah.
well.
Nope. I'm gonna
So-
say
You think
3.
that's a? You think,
Absolutely not. I would say absolutely not. Like not even next year.
so you think it's a 3?
A 3. Not.
I think it's a
Not
1, so I think
spring?
that makes it a 2.
Okay.
Not
2.
maybe November, but we could see it going to spring 2019 when the world is in flames.
All right, whatever Griffin is saying, it's a 2.
It's a 2. I put it down. You're next.
Hey, similar idea. Xenoblade 2 now arriving TBA 2018.
It's specifically TBA or
That's a crap prediction there, man.
Fine. Let's just say 2018. It's a shitty prediction, and now it becomes a slam dunk. But hey, I'm choosing my point values here.
Yeah, okay.
So,
well, if you're just
2018.
saying 2018, yeah, that's probably a 1.
Okay.
Right, Griff?
Griff, any arguments?
Sure. Was there images of this already?
Nope. It's been 2017, and no one said otherwise.
I'm gonna say it too then, because no.
You think it's 20? You think it's later?
I mean,
think it's
2018 is next year, guys. Nintendo has a long ramp up on it, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe next year, like as a stealth release.
So you think
what?
it's very unlikely that you think it's not so likely that it'll come out next year?
Yeah.
All right,
So you
we'll
think
put
that
we'll put it in
despite
two.
the advertised, you think that despite the fact that they said 2017 in the preview, it'll be a 2019 game? Is that what I'm hearing from you?
Yeah, I am saying that.
Okay,
We'll
all right,
leave it
fine.
at 2.
Well,
We'll leave it at
it's a
2.
2 then. It's a 2 then.
I think a 2 is
Griffin,
accurate.
is any game going to come out in 2018?
Will any game come out in 2017? No. Games are dead. So we'll
right.
see what happens when we get to the apocalypse of 2018.
Okay, fair. I love this next prediction, Griff. So read
Yes.
Okay. I forget what I wrote. Aisha Tyler is dressed up as a rabbit, or vice versa.
So good.
it. So I'm going to give this a 2. Actually, I think this could legitimately happen.
I completely agree.
It's probably the least outlandish of your predictions thus far.
Will
Right.
she interview herself and ask why she is dressed up as a rabbit, or vice versa?
Go ahead, Jamie.
Days Gone this fall.
I was hoping this game was dead, but it apparently is going to be at E3, which just makes me sad.
I like this game. I like the way this game looks. I like HDR. What do you guys? You guys think it'll be this fall, or no?
I'm going to say no. Hard no.
One for don't give a fuck.
So either a 2 or a 3.
It's a 2 for me.
It's
I think.
1 for I don't care. It can come out and it'll just
All right,
go
it's a
and
2.
die.
Two it is. 2 it is.
2 it is.
All right. I like this one here. Okay, Nintendo has either a mini direct or some other means of spending more than 5 minutes talking about Skyrim Switch. The best case scenario would be Treehouse. The worst case scenario would be 5+ minutes taking up part of Nintendo's E3 event.
I actually want
But the
to.
key is more than 5 minutes.
I'm tempted to give this a 3 because I don't think that Bethesda thinks they're making a Skyrim game for Switch. I think the only person who thinks that is Reggie. So I'm tempted to give it a 3.
I'm right there with you, Jamie. I don't think there will be nobody says crap about this. This will be in a sizzle reel, if anything at all.
Yeah.
All right, I'll welcome the points.
All right, Griff.
All right, go ahead, Griff.
Okay. Bethesda announces character pack for Quake. Get this. You guys ready? Here's the new character pack. It's BJ Blazkowicz, or whatever his name is. It's going to be Doom Guy. It's going to be that guy from Prey, which I would like to call Fat Uncle. And then boom in your face. Here's the new character. It's Mega Hitler that teases the new Wolfenstein.
So to turn this into a real prediction, do we want Bethesda branded characters added to Quake, like other IP coming to Quake?
Yeah. I think that's a solid 2.
Yeah, I think it's a
Maybe
2.
even yeah.
If you guys want to dig into the spirit of this, it's essentially like, will there be a new Bethesda game announced that's around Wolfenstein? So that's kind of where that came from.
Oh. So
that
you
was
want
the
there to be a
only
Wolfenstein
real genuine prediction I made in all this.
Oh, okay.
Is that somewhere else in here?
No, I think it's just the end.
No.
So
Okay.
okay,
Oh yeah,
well,
Wolfenstein 2. Okay. So new Wolfenstein.
That's
That's
also
probably
kind
a
of a
1
known
for
quantity,
me.
so yeah, it's garbage.
Yeah. If it's new Wolfenstein, that's a 1 for me.
I think that's a 1. Yeah.
All right.
I think you're going to be a happy boy, Griff.
Mark
Okay.
Cerny eats little Mark Cerny's to become a larger Mark Cerny and combat aliens with poor fashion sense. And I'll wrap that in with some other Mark Cerny ones. Mark Cerny's dulcet tones cause Phil Spencer to fall asleep wherever he is the second Mark Cerny starts talking.
You have the best D&D abilities, Jamie.
Mark Cerny is wearing a button down where the inside and outside are different colors, and or there's polka dots, and or some large swirly design over the entire shirt.
I feel like that last one is like a slam dunk.
Okay, so the last one's a
D&D
1.
character is the best character right now that is like
I feel like
anti-
the distillation of this is like Mark Cerny is a weird motherfucker, and yes, 1.
Okay,
But we can assign 3s to 6 and 7 because they're pretty fucking crazy.
Okay.
And I think if we get close to something like that, we'll know.
okay.
I'm going to actually go on the other spectrum for this one. I'm going to say, Jamie, I kind of actually dealt with this with my jokey joke time. These are jokes that happened during the Sony PlayStation 4 conference thing that happens in September, November. So, these jokes and these things that are specific to the PlayStation brand don't happen at E3 anymore. So
Okay.
I would say that there's not going to be any more digs at Phil Spencer. There's not going to be more crazy Mark Cerny's getting on stage with the Technicolor Dreamcoat. Like, this is done. Like, it is all playing to the crowd. It is all playing to the merchants, which sucks.
So you don't think Mark Cerny is going to be on stage at the event?
I don't think Mark Cerny will be on the stage. I don't
Wow.
think I don't even think they'll cut to Mark Cerny in the press conference.
In London with the London crew.
So Jeff, do you want to bump my actual 1 up to a 2, or do you want to stand firm at a 1?
I mean, Jesus, I guess it's a 2, but I don't think it should be. I
Because
feel
I
like Mark
kind
Cerny
of-
will definitely be there.
No, well he wasn't really there to any.
Who
he
else
was there
is
for a
going to
minute
demo
last
NAC
year.
2?
Yes, but they've already announced NAC 2, and he's usually
Last year was a weird year.
Griff is right. He's now at PSX. He's like Mr. PSX.
Okay,
So-
all right.
so maybe-
Make it a 2.
All right,
Is it just going to be what's his name?
Sean Layden. Sean
Who's
Layden,
the
and
one
then
who can speak in Japanese?
Andrew House.
Andrew House. Oh fuck! What did I say for what's EA guy? Andrew Ryan.
Jeff.
Paul Ryan.
Where's the EA guy? There's nobody in the EA who can speak Japanese.
EA president. What's the EA president's name? I'll look it
Oh.
up. Anyway,
So
is it my
Jeff,
turn to guess things?
yes.
All right, hold
Andrew
on.
Wilson?
Andrew Wilson. That's what it is. All right. Nintendo proudly announces another third-party port of a game that is at least a year old.
1.
I can see into their soul, guys.
That's just a 1.
So to channel Jeff's thoughts here, is it a third party port? Okay, never mind.
So what I'm trying to
third
say,
party as in like, is it platinum?
It's the language
is
is
it
a
a
little
platinum
vague.
game? Is it
What's that, Griff?
is it a platinum game? Like, would it be Bayonetta?
No, I don't think Bayonetta would count because that's a port of a game that was on Wii U. I'm talking about a game that came to other platforms, is a year or more older, and is coming to Switch for the first time.
Like Pokken?
Like what?
Like Pokken?
No, something that hasn't been on the Wii U.
Something
Oh,
like
wow.
Injustice 1.
Oh, so you were saying not on the Wii U in this?
Something
Thing
like
here.
okay, the analog to Mass Effect 3 or Deus Ex on Wii U, like that shit.
Okay,
Like
then
having
I'll-
a thing dedicated to Batman Arkham City
I would say
a
3.
year after.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. Okay.
They're going to take all their Wii U ports and move them into the Switch as quickly as possible.
Well, they did that with Pokemon, so okay. So we're making
That's
that a
what I'm
2
saying.
because you get a 1 and a 3.
We'll give it a 2. We'll give it a 2.
All right. Go ahead, Griff.
Okay.
It's a 1.
It's a 2, I think.
All right, wait for this. So, Bethesda. They announced a character pack for Quake.
You already did
Oh,
that
wait.
one.
That's the last one. Sorry. Jamie spent a little time this coming weekend watching the PC press conference. Oh, and then he buys a new graphics card.
It's a 2. I mean, it's within the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
Is it before the end of 2017? Because that's then a guarantee.
well, we got to do this like the week after E3, so we'll give it.
I think it has to be within the honeymoon period after E3.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, then that's a no, Jamie. You won't be buying something immediately after that.
We'll open it up and we'll see. We'll say, does Jamie buy anything immediately as a response to?
Okay, I like that.
So it could be
Yes.
like a system. It could be a peripheral.
like
Groceries.
You get the first
I don't know,
Scorpio
like
pre-order in or something.
it could be
blows
like
a tire, needs the new tire.
it could be like a VR headset or something.
HoloLens,
HoloLens.
consumer preview.
All right. Let's see. I was after my Mark Cerny ones. A good portion of the PlayStation presentation is devoted to making the PS4 Pro seem like a good investment. So they've already kind of said this part of it, 1 in 5.
buyers.
So I will delete that, and they did that already. So I will just say that. So I'll put a time on it. I'll say 10 minutes.
10 minutes on the PS4 Pro is a good investment. Was this cumulative minutes where like they keep returning to Pro enhancements?
Yes.
Okay.
Jamie, to your extent, I would like to them have a 10-minute blowout of like, and here's why you should buy the PlayStation 4 sizzle reel.
I'm going to say this is actually a 3 because I think they are not going to talk about the Pro pretty much at all.
I was going to say the opposite. I would say 1, like they have to.
All right, 2 it is.
2. All right.
I'm surprised how split we are on these.
Yeah.
I just think they're going to just ignore it because it's selling fine, and I just don't think they really need to justify its existence. But
I think 1 in 5 is fine, but I think they would love to make $100 extra on more than 1 in 5, and I think that having owned one, just to get serious about it, I actually feel like I am enjoying it, and I feel like I'm getting something from it, and I feel like they feel that they could get more people. So I don't know. That's why I put that there.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, here's what I'll do with this one. I'm going to skip gameplay footage of The Last of Us 2. That's stupid. Some of these were real predictions before I started getting goofy. Okay, another standalone expansion announced for a big Sony game.
So this is like what's that
expansion like Uncharted: The Lost Legacy.
Okay. Like another HCD, like an HCD thing from another character's point of view type of situation?
The only requirement is that the expansion be standalone. As in, you do not require the base game to purchase it.
Because we're getting the Uncharted one, I would think this would be likely, except for the fact that we're already getting one like that. So I'm going to say 2. What do you think, Griff?
3. I don't know what games are out there that that are multi-console that would have only one system specific expansion.
Or it doesn't have to be specific to. Oh, I did say for a big Sony game. Okay, fair. All right, so
we'll put 3.
2, 3. Okay.
3. Okay.
All right, go ahead, Griff.
Okay. So check this out here, guys. Sony gets on stage. They say, "Hey guys, remember last year when we did that really cool Shenmue thing?" They say, "Oops, we fucked up. Shenmue sucks. Nobody
Also,
ever actually liked
FF7.
Shenmue. Nobody who has money right now in their pockets wants to support Shenmue because the people that like Shenmue are a bunch of hobos." No one is surprised. They say that. They literally say people who like Shenmue are hobos. And then everybody in the audience applauds wildly.
Do you want to see through to this to something else, or do you want them to say that specifically? Because I'm happy
They
either way.
specifically say that everybody who likes Shenmue is a hobo.
Okay.
3 out of 3. Griff is just nailing
then-
these predictions.
Tak Fuji, your bro, everybody's bro. 1 million troops, MRF, drops from the ceilings, Sting, WCW style, and just kicks that dude in the butthole. Yu Suzuki is like, "Oh, my butthole." So He does that weird anime thing where he like puts his hands together, like in that thing where you do like, here's the people, here's the cross, here's the steeple, here's all the people.
You talking about like when they're doing like jutsus in Naruto?
Yeah. He does a jitsu and he pokes him in the butthole and he's like, ah!
All right, excellent.
Yep. He does that. Once again, the entire audience does not clap or applaud because they're paid and they're like, huh, that makes sense. So,
All right, moving right along.
There you go.
Scorpio, $500, and it includes a 4K Blu-ray player. Not as good as the other one, but what do you guys think?
What?
So I have a prediction about Scorpio price 2, which I'm going to excise because I have enough on here already.
But what do you guys think about mine?
500. I think 500 is high.
What do you think, Griff?
Scorpio,
$500 with a Blu-ray player, 4K Blu-ray player.
hole in one, baby.
I think that's a 2.
Hole in
personally.
one. Nailed it.
You think it's 500?
Nailed it.
Okay,
All right.
I'll do one.
Yeah, one
I could make a joke about. I could make a joke in like a dumb prediction about Microsoft going the Sony route and saying like it's 600, get a second job, but I'm not.
Okay,
I didn't do that on recording.
Here's my prediction for number 8 or whatever we're on here. 3 or less new first/second party AAA announcements from Sony. So what I mean here is, and frankly, I'm going to broaden this actually.
do it.
Okay, broaden it. 3 or less new exclusive titles. So this could be first/second party, or this could be third-party titles that are only coming to the Sony platform. Announced.
So if you didn't broaden it, I would have said a 1. But because you broadened it, I'm going to go ahead and say 2 or 3. What do you think, Griff?
Oh, I fell asleep when that was happening, so I'm gonna say 2.
All right.
3 or less new exclusives. No, I'm gonna actually say 3.
All right. Griff.
All right, funny stuff. Here's the funny times. Here's the funny jokes. Rockstar and Ubisoft fight over the rights to a pseudo. I don't know even how you want to describe this thing. Like, what is Far Cry 5 and
Far Cry 5 is an affront to America, is what it is.
and Rockstar's whatever Rockstar's making? Like, I feel like they're going to be in a tussle, which would be like, and these guys said that the Fly had only 48 stars. That kind of a thing.
So you feel like Aisha is going to like announce their own Red Dead and be like, fuck Rockstar.
Here's the
Girlwood.
joke. Aisha will never say that because Aisha is a freaking consummate veteran of video game publications. She will not say that, but Ubisoft will make some slight on that.
I think
will Yves Guillemot come out and do it?
What?
Will Yves Guillemot come out?
He's
Guillemot?
too delightful.
Yeah.
He'll
But I
be
actually
like,
think
why
that-
cannot both our locations play together?
Seeing through to this and them comparing what they do to Rockstar, I'm gonna give that a 2. What do you think, Jeff?
Yeah, I guess I'll give it a 2. I mean, sure, yeah, why not?
I'd take a 3 on that one. I really don't think that somebody would go on stage and say, "Hey, this other company's doing this." So, give me the 3. Give me the 3.
All right, I'll give you the 3 because
We'll
it
give
seems
it to you.
outlandish to me.
Yeah. All right.
Carry on.
Scorpio's final name is either Xbox Elite or Wiz Khalifa presents Xbox Purple Scorpion Farmers of the Weed 3 Apocalypse.
That S
One.
just got trademarked.
Nailed
so
it.
I feel like 2.
2.
2.
All right.
I'm gonna say 1.
You say 1, Griff?
1.5
I think it has to be 2.
has to be 1.
Why?
Has to be 1?
Let's go all in.
It's not going all in.
That's
Griffin, you're overridden.
What is the point in making a,
If you go 1,
prediction?
I'm going 3 to turn it into a 2.
I mean, because 1 is like, yes, this is the answer.
yeah.
So
2
you
is
think it's
like-
definitely Xbox Elite? Griff?
Well, you're saying, is it this or is it this? And then you're saying, like, well, it'll be either one of them. So,
Yeah,
like,
it's either.
let's do it. What is it?
Oh, okay. So if you're thinking of it that way, the real thing is it Xbox Elite? Is it called Xbox Elite?
Okay. Yeah.
You think it is?
So you think it's a slam dunk?
Is Xbox Elite a 1 and then anything else? Wiz Khalifa is a 3?
No.
It's just Elite.
It's just is Xbox Elite the name of the thing?
Yeah.
If you think it's a definite sure thing, I'll turn it into a 1.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is it Xbox Elite or is it
No.
anything else?
Ignore the or. Pretend the other thing doesn't exist.
Yeah. Pretend the other thing doesn't exist. Do you think
what are
that
the
Scorpio
odds that
will
it's
be
called
called
Xbox Elite?
Xbox Elite.
Okay, sorry. So it's this as success or
No,
otherwise
fuck
failure.
the or. Fuck the or. Ignore that second half of that. Just
right.
answer the question. What are the odds that it's called Xbox Elite? 1 to 3.
1.
Okay.
You really think that's
fine.
going to be the name?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm in your guys' game. I'm in play space.
It's 1, Jamie. Just make it a 1.
All right.
We all know it's going to be Wiz Khalifa anyway.
Yeah.
All right, moving along. Where was I? Okay, this is a little wordy. Microsoft emphasizes exclusive games for Xbox and Windows during their presentation. Sadly, all of the exclusives are shitty, even though Joe Public doesn't realize it yet. Another exclusive Tomb Raider sequel.
Ooh, that's a 2 in my eyes.
I think in order to make this work, maybe we do like a partial credit situation. Like if I get one of these, then I get a point. Like if I get the Tomb Raider, then I get a point.
Sure. So
Nope. Too many predictions.
Huh? Too many predictions in the predictions?
Yeah.
I didn't write this for the game. All right, just go ahead, Griff.
All right. Well, fine. Here's the answer then for my going next. Bethesda promises to kill Elder Scrolls Online. The end.
No matter the cost.
They're only doing sports now.
Griffin, how checked out are you?
Oh my god. Oh, that's so good.
How deep into Watch Dogs are you?
Phil Spencer continues to look a little beefier every year, is wearing designer jeans, a black t-shirt that says Xbox Elite, and a blazer. Also, he's sweating a little bit. What do you guys think?
Accurate.
Accurate?
One.
Okay.
That's a hard one.
Good.
Yep.
All right.
Moving on.
Moving on. I'm going to turn this in. Fuck that one. Okay. Microsoft makes another exciting announcement about PC support for the Xbox platform, further blurring the line between Xbox One and PCs as gaming devices.
Total one.
Yeah. Super safe.
Yeah.
Sure. 1. Yep.
He sucks.
That's a 1.
That's a 1.
That's the first slam dunk Griffin's got.
Yeah, that's a big slammer.
Boring.
I'm killing some of mine.
All right. Technically speaking, there will be something really stupid and even more over the top about Scorpio that no one will use in real life. Something like supporting 8K displays or allowing you to do picture-in-picture or integrating Overwatch porn into the game experience. What do you guys think?
Sure.
I think drilling down to that is actually very interesting. Will there be some dumb gimmick with the Scorpion that's not like just pure beef hardware?
Yeah, that's essentially what I'm getting at. You guys think it's likely or not?
I don't know. I want to say no. I want to say it's all beef. Like I want to say it's all beef, but
100% all beef patties.
I'm scared that they're gonna do something dumb.
So too.
So I'm gonna roll the dice and say no. It's all beef.
It's all beef.
It's all beef. So you're a 3 on that.
All
one.
beef.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna give it to you, Jamie. I think it's an interesting prediction.
Okay.
I want to honor Griff's gut on this one. So
Gotcha.
3.
Okay.
Okay. fuck the concept art one. We all know there's going to be concept art and footage of the Insider Studios in the EA event. I'm not taking too many free points. Dragon Age is absent. BioWare is only mentioned in the context of Tor. That's the old rulebook. Everyone hopes he forgot Andromeda was a turd pile.
I want to say 2. I feel like the time is right for a new Dragon Age. At the same time, they seem to move at a glacial pace these days. What do you think, Griff?
3. That studio is dead.
You think BioWare is dead?
BioWare is dead.
The huge RPG publisher has died.
Correct.
So if they're dead, they wouldn't be mentioned, so that would be a 1.
I think that in the same way that EA in the past years said that EA BioWare is going to be their next brand forever and always, amen. Now they're like, no, we're not EA BioWare. We're EA. We're just EA.
Unprecedented partnership.
Yep.
All right, so they won't be mentioned in the context of TOR even. They just won't be mentioned at all as Griffin's prediction. And Jamie's prediction is they probably will be mentioned.
My prediction is that BioWare will not be mentioned. Only in the frame of previously existing BioWare games.
So you're thinking this is pretty likely.
You see this as a slam dunk.
Will. I'm gonna put a 1.5.
Okay, fair, because that you have some doubts, Jamie.
Yeah.
But Griffin thinks for sure that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, Go ahead, Griff.
Well, this is perfect, everybody. Here, right now, on my scorecard that I wrote for myself about a week ago.
This is a slam dunk.
When I was having some whiskeys at a bar the other night, a week ago. Here we go. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay. So, during the Nintendo footage zone, we see a lot of gorgeous Mario Odyssey stuff. Oh shit, I skipped one.
What?
You did?
I skipped one. Right. Here's the prelude to the next time we go around here. Cliffy B sucks, and he super sucks. He's the worst. He's awful.
Which we all agree is just number 1.
Yeah, we agreed last time.
We already gave you a 1 for that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
So
go ahead.
So
tell us about Mario.
Ahead. Mario, cool images, just like the last year thing where they're like, put the things in the bird bath, and then you get a bunch of food from it. Oh, great. So we have the same thing for Mario Odyssey, and check out this video. Check out this Nintendo-sponsored video from Nintendo. And what happens is Reggie, he's like, hey man, Mario's great. Isn't he the best? He's been the best for tons of years. So good. Also, Mario is now you, player. And he throws his hat in the TV screen. And then, boom! Wow! It's a fedora. Everybody knew that from the beginning, because obviously he had it on his head. And then, what? Somebody catches it. They pull it in from
that was like a DMX style
zone.
What? Do you think DMX is going to be involved in this?
And then, oh shit, who is that? Who caught it? It's Mega 64. Mega 64, guys. Rocco, he has it. He has the hat. And then he's like, oh, cool. Like, I have another video game hat. This is dumb. I'm going to take this off somebody's hat in the clothing store. And then he throws it. And, oh, shit, it's Kojima! Kojima catches the hat. Kojima's like, wow, I'm so excited to announce that PlayStation is having a collaboration with Nintendo. And now we have the most high-fidelity things ever created ever. And now it's Mario hats and fedoras and watchdogs, and that's the end. Amen.
So
that's my summer book report.
I think if Reggie throws a hat, I think you get some points for this one.
All right, thank you. That's kind of what I'm going. Reggie throws a hat. The end.
Slam dunk. Reggie is going to throw a hat. We all know it. Go ahead, Jamie.
So Scorpio VR headset support.
I'm going to go two, three. What do you? Two.
I'm gonna say one. Hole in one.
Hole in one. All right. 1.5 it is then, I guess.
All right.
Where am I? YouTubers/influencers get a segment.
That's a Dunkarina right there.
That's a gimme.
Dunkaroo.
That's nonsense, man.
Should I kill this bad boy? It's just too easy.
Yeah.
No, I think you get a point. I think if a whole segment though, not just like a hey, look at.
All right. So like this has to be like a rapturous, like, you know, Alex Plays 47 has been making videos in his basement. Like it needs to be like a real ass segment.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I'm back in. Yeah.
All right. Fair. Carry on, Griff.
Okay. Where do I go from here?
Up.
I like the one afterwards.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right. Well, so at this point in the press conference, everybody's very tired. They're so very tired.
They've had a few drinks. They wanted to go to bed half an hour ago.
And your best buddy, Phil Spencer, your friend, your confidant.
Wait. Palmer Lucky is the person who's wearing this shirt, guys.
You're not racist. Yes. You're not racist friend. You're not awful human being. Phil Spencer, he crawls on stage, and who is standing in front of him? It's Palmer Lucky, and he is wearing a Wear America Great Again t-shirt, hat,
great again.
visor, whatever, and then Phil Spencer takes out a Lancer a la the correct.
I'm gonna help Griffin out here by reading his prediction.
Phil Spencer takes out the Lancer, which is the gun bayonet weapon from Gears of War, and he saws him in half. He saws Palmer Lucky right in half, and he turns into two human slabs of human meat, one with gr, and the other side says ah, and the other side says gun, and then he just cuts him in two, and he is two people now, but he's not people because he's dead.
I love it. Slam dunk.
That's what happens, and that is the end of it.
You only get a point if that comes true.
Yeah.
But honestly, can we make this a real prediction?
Sure.
A make games great again shirt.
100%
No, listen. A make games great again shirt is what it should be.
I like it.
Okay. So to drill down into the ethos of my prediction there, somebody will make a politically charged joke during E3.
I think it's got to be make games great again.
Okay, not good. My original prediction was great.
I mean, okay, it can be politically charged joke. I think both are fine.
No,
both are fine.
it has to be exactly like I spelled it out.
Sunset Overdrive 2.
I'm going to say 3. I think Sunset Overdrive is dead.
It's Dragon Age 4, but it's better than the first.
Griffin, I'm vetoing you.
Okay, Jeff, take it away.
Okay, fuck the sports game thing, even though it's hilarious. Okay, Duck Hunt makes its glorious return.
2. Because wasn't there some rumblings about this?
There was a patent, and I just love the idea of but we're talking it's not just Duck Hunt Virtual Console. We're talking
like a Duck
Hunt, like a new ass Duck Hunt.
How do you do Duck Hunt in the modern age?
I mean, if ever anyone can answer that question, it's the innovators at Nintendo.
True. One.
Okay.
Nailed it.
I'm sticking with 2.
Okay. Griff, go.
Uncharted.
Yeah.
I'm going to help you out.
Uncharted.
I'm going to help
Something
you out a little
Uncharted.
bit with that one. Go ahead, Griff. Keep reading.
He deleted it. Someone taps on camera.
I actually think that someone will dab on camera.
Yeah,
I
this
think
is a
a
one.
1. This might be your most accurate prediction of all.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, guys, we did
excellent.
it. We're ready.
Griffin is just a puddle on the floor right now.
Yep. Oh boy. All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, this was fun. Griff, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it's weird. Like my less than 20 predictions took a lot longer than your more than 30 for some reason.
I mean, I did distill mine down to the same length as yours. I killed a whole bunch along the way.
Yeah.
True.
I think we did it. I think we got through. We all have about 13 predictions here.
Yeah, I have two
Okay.
ones that are essentially fake.
Bullshit, yeah.
Mark Cerny
so I
ones.
think we're good here.
Yeah.
Well, and this
and then-
podcast will go up in 2018, sometime around July. So
I think
it'll be perfect.
we'll revisit in the aftermath and see how things turned out. I
Yeah.
honestly think some of these are going to be fun
Yes,
to
I
unpack
completely
in
agree.
relation to the show.
Mhm.
So, all right, guys, you wanna put a bow on this?
Let's do it.
I do have to be so bad.
Okay. All right, Griff, you wanna wind it down?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Jeff. I have been Griffin Hoffman. You can see me online on Twitter, which I don't do anything with, as Griff Hoffman. Also, go to the video game website, bossbarrel.com. Jeff, what are you up to?
I'm also on Twitter, not doing anything at Kineas123. And sometimes I look up Cloud without a shirt on. Go ahead, Jamie.
Deja Toasty on YouTube.
The only active person on YouTube between the three of us.
This old game needs to come back.
It does. Actually, I've talked about that. So keep your eyes on YouTube.
Yay!
It's something that's going to happen in the next year. G and I will probably do a video here shortly. So,
Excellent.
yeah, as soon as I can figure this stuff out, we'll have it happen.
Sweet.
And also, it's almost E3 time. So, yay! Video games are awesome, everybody!
It'll be fun. If nothing else, the ritual of the show will be hilarious. So,
Yes.
Absolutely.
all right, guys, let's head to bed.
Yes.
Yes.
Good night.
Yes,
Bye.
please.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.